Lucrative enterprise. Press for info. What else do you know about the gin barrels? The steam gets siphoned and the barrels come and go. Some are fresh, and some have stood for several months, ready for a swiller. The machine is keeping track. The automatic circuits, indeed. Right. When the flame is healthy, I turn my attention to the walls, and before I know it, I'm whirring away. It's a queer feeling. Sorry to hear that. Must be difficult revving up without a choice. That's kind of you, but I don't mind the challenge. Speaking of which, I should get back to the coals. Any more reason you might be blow a fuse. What about the barrels? I shouldn't have let it slip. Even if you've been bluffing with me all the while, at least I know you don't have any circuitry for lies. I can trust you by default then. In any case, where do they keep the barrels ready for shipping? Where do they keep the barrels ready for shipping? Behind the furnace, there's something of a staging area. That's where the barrels get carried out. Have a look for yourself, but I must get back to work. What do we got? So I got level 1 in wit. What? Pick a card? Pick a card. Any card. Permanently increase the attribute by 1. All mechanism skill checks gain an additional 3. While bound, all skill checks are drawn. The lowest value card highlighted. Let me try that. I don't know. Take a look at our tarot. Okay. We can put it there, that's bound, I'm assuming. Using skill checks requiring animal instinct. Higher the number, better? Or I don't know. Do I not pick what I want? No? Okay, so we got the orphans, the old crone we gotta figure out, in case of the Curtisan killer. There's my cane. Edging through the grate, you're greeted by a droning sound of rushing water and the smell that's near unbearable. Hanging in the air, so thick you can almost taste it. Hooves are clumsy in the dark as you stumble along the passageways. The sound of water flow and machinery echoing off the bricks from all directions, a meshing of gears that's familiar but unsettling. Follow the light and you come to a torchlit chamber, but it seems you're not alone. A note of troubled voices peek over the noise, an air of indignance and irritation, but also the fear and desperation. Something is not right here. You stumbled on an argument, no doubt. But worse than that, it's a deep foreboding. Something else shares these sewers. A deeper evil crawling through the bowels of London. Well, we all know my stealth skills are 0. No sense of dulling your cane. Alright, alright. You want dull our cane. A lot of reading, I think. What do we got on this side? Some challenge required vigor to attempt. Oh, okay, that's our life. Ooh, we're at 32. Some challenges require nerve to attempt, not allowed to reach 0. Oh. How do we get it back? And nothing in my inventory. Is there a quick save? No? Is there a save? Okay, we can save. What does autosave? Just put sewer. Can't get over there. Who is this dude, and do I have to worry about him? The patrolman. The hall is a coarse machinery of torpid crank and some heavy clockwork. Okay. The archway is fit with the blasting door. Should have been left. That's been left open. Control room for the pump house, no doubt. Got a locker. Engineer won't mind. I'll straighten it out for him. I raise a lid on a set of squeaky hinges. It's full of bottles, free for the taking. Oh my god, 4 stealth? No. I got 4% chance of stealth. No wonder the guy saw me. Oh, he's right there. Wooden handle attached to a cylindrical crank. Does some heavy lifting this. Try it. Wonder what it does. Give it a turn. No go. It's catching on some unseen sprocket. Don't break it. Oh, we can just talk to him. Needless shake from the pressurized steam in the brass pipes. Aye! Go and dig through the bilge then. These controls are worth more than your life. He has a grizzled face and a worn, weary gaze to his eyes, yet there's still a spark in this quick and efficient movement. Persuasion... New persuasion. That's what wit's been building up. Eight of Wands. Sorry to barge in like this. As you should be. This is no place for surprises. Out with it. You must have a reason to come knocking. That's about the barrels. I'm well versed in liquors, and I smelled something pure in the barrels on my way down. Bootleg, perhaps? He narrows his eyes, and his thin lips curl into a smirk. It's a craving I know too well. And that's the idea, and that's downright inspiring. See now, what's your name? Wit. Arthur Drale. It's a pleasure. And I'm John Teller. The pleasure's all mine. Stay, I've got it figured. Minotaurs have keen noses, so he must have sniffed out the liquor in my locker. It's the same as the barrels upstairs. Chuckles in a giddy anticipation. Go on then. Special Detective Moonshine. Got a few bottles from the locker. Finish my readings and we'll have us a fizz. Awesome. Wouldn't bet that. Let's see if it's any good. All in a neat row with orange rubber stoppers. I wonder if this is a good idea. I could use a drink. The sewer's stench is getting to my head. Let's do it. The labels are poorly made with a greasy looking fizz beneath the line. Fizz. Person's face. Beneath the line of crooked letters. It takes two. One for me and one for Teller. McGrady's gin added to the inventory. Right. Have a drink. What do you think? Delicious. The flavor's ripe. A banquet for the senses. That's the spirit. I've had enough. We're a piece then, eh? We got purity from Ranchico Distillery. Coppers tend to bust them up before anyone has a chance to hone it down. It's beyond wonderful. No words to describe it. The only medicine that ever did me any good. Purveyors of fine gin don't get enough credit. I've been watching how the hounds are doing it, and I get along well with the pump house captain. And when the work is slow, we have a couple of drinks at the pump house. And I marvel at the great shining vats. If I only had the capital to start my own distillery. A dreamy glow in his eyes. I've learned how to make this healing elixir. If I just had the tin and the gumption, I'd pull up stakes and leave the dials to some other cove. If I had my own stills, I'd mix up liquor so pure and delightful mothers used to feed their babies. It's getting strange. Better hold on. Get a hold of myself. A dream, only a dream till you follow it, eh? Gives me a ginned shot look in his eyes, roomy and distant. If it's meant to be, you'll do it someday. Well, good fellow, it certainly helps to hear it. Now then, what do you want to hear about that ruddy ladsman? Criminal teaching children how to steal in exchange. Okay. He's referring to the quarrel down below. He and the young girl. What's there to tell? Well, she's a cut purse. What's supposed to be his charge, seeing as he taught her the criminal trades. Now she wants independence. The engineer shudders with a mix of fear and loathing. This bastard's full of demons. I'm sure he's just a ladsman, but he's also a front man for the bootlegging down here, so whatever he says might as well be royal decree. Maybe it can help. What else do you know about him? Well, I've got his name, Carlisle McGrady. He puts it on the bottles for promotion. Maybe someday he'll have proper license. Any road. I'd say McGrady is the only handle. Why does that sound familiar? And then again, I guess I could tell you his blackest secret. Spit it out. It starts with the Sherlock tenements, as if they didn't have it hard enough, built over a sewerway. The hounds have been siphoning steam from their boilers. Yeah, for bootleg. Making moonshine takes a deal of steam. No wonder the tenements are up in arms. Hot water running thin, radiators shot through on the coldest nights. Reminds me of the orphanage. We used to burn the bedposts when the cold set in. So you know the score. Oh, wait a moment. You ain't no copper narc. Police informant. Copper stool pigeon? Can't stand copper? Can't stand copper? Glad to hear it. Okay, one more question. How about the crank top of stairs? What's it do? Controls the sluice gates, rising and lowering the water down below. But it's a peaky bastard, jams up all the time. Good thing I won't need it until the pump house is up and running again. Well, Mr. Teller, I've kept you long enough. Take care now, and don't tell me when you gave me a free sample. All right. Nobody will know. Wait, what's up? What's good? Can I talk to? I don't know what's gonna happen if he sees me. Cyclops with a pike spade, standard issue for sewer work. The area's off limits, and besides, you're not dressed for it. Dangerous for a layman like you. Apologize. Pardon intrusion, I'm just looking for the way out. No way out but the way you came. That's about the argument. What about the scuffle down below? Well, that tall fellow holds weight with the hounds. A mover and a shaker, you might say. Shouldn't like to interfere. Fair enough. Better go see myself. Still arguing. Move further and they'll notice me. There's a door just beyond where they're standing. That'll be the way to escape this ruddy mess. If I turn back, I might find a place to eavesdrop. Check the ledge of the outcropping. Maybe over here? Better look around first while I have the chance. No? Does it lead me to believe that I could do that? Can't go that way. I believe that way is blocked. Yeah. Harold perches on the edge while the argument rages. Looks like it could come to blows at any moment. So what McGrady's down here are... So what's McGrady down there? Ugly mug guy. Aye, but who's the girl and what she's got in her hands? Knowing he's a dock hound, I should hope it's a weapon. Eavesdrop. You'll pad me pockets till I say die. Gaunt face and lanky. It's clearly a human, but his yellow eyes would fit with the face of a reptile. His waistcoat was worsted trousers are torn and sullied, but his white silk string tie is spanking new. Worsted? Made from worsted yarn. Like the engineer paid this bloke is a ladsman, and she is a cut purse. But she doesn't seem keen to stay in that way. I'm sick of stealing, and I'm sore of begging, all the more it's shameless. Sandy-haired girl wears frayed wool jumper and a gentleman's duster, shortened at the hem to account for her stature. Ungrateful nipper, bite the hand that feeds. What have you fed us but lies? Try and take what little tin I have, but you have to get past my stiletto. Doesn't seem like a fair fight. She might come to harm if I don't step in. Break it up. Too far off to be a service here. Better go downstairs and break this up. This could go bad. Go bad. I'm not feeling the greatest. I'll have to face him sooner or later. He's already looking for a fight. I'll wait for the right moment. No need to flash steel if I don't have to. Oh, my phlegm leveled up. How do we settle this? How about an inside tip? You know I'm in well with oddsmen. Refugees. The girl sees me clearly, pretends not to notice, preserving my chance for a surprise and ever. She seems to trust me, an absolute stranger, over this ruddy lout. Keep your crooked tips. You're supposed to shelter us, pay us, and protect us. Now the better part of our band has disappeared, and you know nothing of it. Piss on your pit fights. I'm bound for the country. There's a future for me beyond London. You've got that much right. You better make... you make a better Westerland, a thief, a vagabond. What a help you been. You pissed away the tin I might have saved. Stupid girl, the only way you'll get out of London is cut to pieces, floating down the Thames. She flashes her eyes at me, some kind of signal. Oh my god. Combat! Oh my god, 46% chance? Combat! Page of Swords. Oh my god. He's done more than enough. One dash of my blade will set him straight. Dear Christ, I'm wounded. Someone with a cheap cop and a cheap trick dispatched me. Please, I'll pay you whatever you're after. Just fetch a physician. Ask the cut purse. What should we do with him? Revenge is always better served cold. Let's see if a doctor can't save him. Meanwhile, a plan for his lasting punishment. Alright, we'll agree. Oh, but you're right, little miss. No need to seek me out. I've learned my lesson well enough. I'll be asking after you. For now, just run along if you still can. Oh yes, little miss. I'll have a doctor stitch me up and then I'll be straight to confession. Penance for every crime. I can promise you that. Didn't think you'd ever sound more pitiful, but here we are. Gets his feet and hobbles out of sight. Thanks for your assistance. I'm used to this type, stirring up trouble with nothing to back it. One less double-dealing scoundrel. Yeah, glad to get rid of him. My name is Annika. Annika Johansson. Atticus Daily. That's a miserable law. It did show us how to make a living, but with the years I've grown wiser, and there's never a future for us. So I've got a mind to take on with a traveling circus. They ferry the channel, tour all of Europe. What's your talent? Throwing knives? Where the wheel is spun at a living target and swiftly, yeah. I used to love the circus when I was a young runaway. I was smaller then. I'd sneak in through the back. That's where the animals were kept. I'd blend right in with the cows. I'm not sure if I love it, but it seems to be a way out. What about London? What are you leaving behind? There's nothing for me here now. Sadness in her voice, like heavy rain at sea, damp and in the bones. I practiced my knife tricks with Bertram till he disappeared, and now I don't know whether to stay here and make sure he's alive, or take the only chance I may ever have to leave the city. Bertram, a close friend? My best in the city, and if he's alive, I'd like to say goodbye. Of course, there are many ways to say goodbye, but I can't be sure my letters from abroad will ever reach him. Well, if you don't get to the bottom of it, you might regret it forever. Advice I shouldn't take myself. That's right, there was a woman once. When I was living in Galway. burned in my memory, and I couldn't trust that city anymore, so I had to leave. She understood. She said she would come to London someday to find me. But I'm not so easy to get a hold of, especially when I'm street swallowed for weeks. If she kept her promise, she would be in the city now. What's the harm keeping an eye out? It's a goose chase, but if it's going to make you shut up, then I promise to look for her. Nobody's coming back for me. Sir, you're drifting off there. Only momentary lapse. I know it's a lot to ask, but there's any chance you can help me find Bertie? He went missing along with his sister, Julie. Yeah, we'll do it. Alright, thank you, Mr. Daly. It isn't much, but take these cogs for your trouble. Kindness from a stranger is giving her hope she hadn't bargained for. See what I can find for myself. And then I'll meet with you and we can share information like police specials. I'd make a fine detective. Wonderful having your help. Bertram and I were living down here, and now the water's too high to get out of to get to our hidey hole. With so many of us going missing, I better move on anyway. What about the hidey hole? We had a little safe house behind the retaining wall, but now the pump house is being serviced. The water's too high to get there. But I can't afford to wait around. Out of Carlisle, some other bastards on my trail. I'll see about draining the water. Thanks. But who knows where I'll be by that time. You're welcome to anything we left there. It won't be safe for me to come back, but who knows where I'll end up. Maybe you'll have an address. Alright. Take my visiting card. Okay, personal. Okay. Take my business card. If you get in touch, often not home, but you can always leave a message with Selena in the shop below my quarters. Of course, Mr. Daly. Together, I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this. Ooh, it's a flask. Looks like Nostrum. Medicine. Smells rather dangerous, or at least inexperienced. Might be useful. Now, I'm able to go drain this now? Maybe? Nothing. And I can't move that, so... Alright. Let's go out from over here. Monstrous door, high carbon steel. No way through without a key or explosives. This is the end. I must have forget that queer fellow's waiting for me upstairs. No escape from the stranger this way. We'll need a key for the door. Does this guy have a key? The engineer? I can't talk to him.